Jay in Florida, you're on the air. Welcome.
Hey, Alex. Thank you very much. How are you?
Good.
Good. Listen, I want to first say, I've been listening to your show every day. The last couple of days, the news is just ugly. They're hitting us at all angles. It's depressing. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone sometimes. I feel like I'm watching a movie. But I just want to say something real positive, if I could, real quick. A couple years ago, somebody told me the government did 9/11. I probably would have been ready to fight them. But it's because of you. You've opened my eyes. I understand, everything now, how the world works, basically, and I want to thank you for that. I'm 38 years old. I had a baby daughter 11 months ago, and it's because of you. She's not poisoned with vaccines. A couple years ago, if I had my girl, I probably would have marched her right into the doctor's office and shot her up. So I wanted to thank you for that. Keep up the good work, Alex. You're doing great. And I think more and more people, as time goes on, as bad as things get, are not looking at this as a crazy conspiracy, and they're saying, hey, maybe there's something there.
Well, once you figure out there's a global government and a global scientific dictatorship, and you read their own Army reports, their own white papers, their own university papers, it's all there. I'm not even analyzing or bringing you this great revelation myself. They have declared total war on humanity. We put out the information, and then it's up to you to decide if you're going to put your child in a government training camp where they turn you, your family against each other, where they turn your children against you, where they try to get them into the prison system, where they try to lie and force vaccines on you. It's up to you to go read the drug insert on the HPV, human papilloma, live virus shot and find out how many people it's killed and find out that it says it doesn't protect you from the cancer and actually gives you a 45% increase in getting the cancer if you already happen to have the virus. I mean, that's there. It's up to you before you go on Prozac. If you're in a car wreck now, your insurance company tries to put you on Prozac. They want us drugged out. It's up to you to go read that the serotonin reuptake inhibitor family massively increases psychotic breaks, suicide, violent actions. I mean, it's up to you to go verify what I'm telling you and then make your own decision. In a perfect world, could they make clean vaccines that would help children? There's a lot of dangers associated with it, even if it's done right. But with what they're doing by design, trying to hurt you, I mean, who would give it to their children? Does that mean your child might actually get an earache? They have vaccines for that, but they've had to recall them. Could in a perfect world it help? Maybe. Could a flu shot in a perfect world help you? Maybe. But here's an example. Don't believe me? I demand you look it up for yourself. Last time I checked, about a year ago, the last 5 years in a row, they had guesstimated with dead reckoning a year before what the dominant flu would be in the United States and Canada. And in the 5 years previous, they missed it entirely, and people went out and took a flu shot that didn't even protect them from that year's flu because they have to guess how it's going to mutate. So right there, it doesn't even protect you because the last 5 years in a row, and I haven't checked in a year. I don't know if they got it right this year. I guess I can look it up right now. But again, the average person doesn't know how a vaccine works. They don't know that there's all these federal studies that if you take 3 flu shots, it doubles your chance of getting Alzheimer's. Don't believe me? Just Google that. Type flu shot Alzheimer's into Google. Pull it up. In fact, let's just do that right now. Okay, I Googled flu shots Alzheimer's, found hundreds of mainstream news articles. Here's a global advisory committee on vaccine safety says not only increase in Alzheimer's, and they list a bunch of studies. This is the first link. This is on Marcola, Dr. Marcola's site. He's got links to all the mainstream news. It's the first link. A global advisory committee on vaccine safety. Also, they report a massive increase in Bell palsy following immunization with the vaccine. It's tied into muscular dystrophy. You can just go on and read the FDA report on that.
He came from New Orleans.
There are literally hundreds of articles out this week, mainstream news, about the Gardasil shot paralyzing and killing people. The live HPV, live cancer virus shot that actually gives you cancer. Go read their own insert. You ever listen to these drug ads where they'll start whispering real fast and talking like a auctioneer at the end of the ad, going, causes heart attacks, deaths, and in the list 100 things. It'll say, having trouble having to go to the bathroom too much? Well, take this. And at the end, they'll list 20 horrible things it does. But if you go read the actual insert, it'll list 100. Sometimes it'll list 200. Well, we told you a year ago, in mid-2007, it was authorized, the trials of just, 1,600 people. Out of 1,600 people, and this is with the CDC reporting, and with the new drug, it's about 1 out of 40 is the thumb rule with the new drug, because they don't know how to report it. It doesn't get reported correctly. With an already developed on-the-shelf drug for years, only 1 in 10 adverse drug reactions, you can go pull that up in handbooks if you'd like, gets reported. So let's see. If 1 out of 40, on average, were being reported out of 1,600 trial subjects, and 3 died, so let's say it was 40 times worse than that. What's 40 times 3? That would mean, by rule of thumb, it really killed 120 people out of 1,600 in the trial test. But it doesn't matter. Let's just say it killed 3 out of 1,600 and paralyzed hundreds of others. Oh, joy! Well, here it is, telling you a year after it was put on the market, and hundreds of thousands of girls have gone out and taken it because mommy heard it cures cancer. It'll stop my daughter. Most of these idiots, you hear them on the news, think it stops breast cancer, everything else. No, it targets 4 to 6 strains, depending on their several versions of the vaccine, of over 350 strains of human papillomavirus. Is HPV vaccine to blame for teens' paralysis? U.S. News and World Report. And then it goes into whitewashing everything, but if you go read the actual reports, it's far worse.